Coach, just talk about the scoring you're getting from your back end. I know there was kind of an anomaly yesterday, but
yeah, I mean
it's been consistent through the playoffs.
Yeah, a little more than normal the other night, but I think, to be honest with you, it's been up and down the lineup, so it doesn't surprise me. Camphor the night before steps in, and now it's Clifton. I mean, Grizz has played a lot of hockey for us, but nice to see it from him. So, as I said yesterday, I think nobody wins without the secondary scoring long term in the playoffs, and we're certainly getting and benefit from it. Encouraging it. We don't maybe play as up and down the ice as some other D-cores in the league. We certainly want our guys when the opportunity is there to get up the ice, and both those goals I think were good reads by the defenseman. And Grizz was the power play one was just part of the breakout where he's a little bit ahead of the play, so he happened to continue on and found a puck.
Coach, just to follow up on that, what's going to keep you guys kind of taking their offensive blue liners out of it?
Well, I think a little bit of his defending the blue line well, so they're not able to turn up and then find those late guys. I think some of the chances they have had in second period in game one were a lot of their D-driven. I mean, I know they've had a 3-on-2 where they run one off the bar and it was 2D up the ice. So clearly that was an issue, but for the most part, if you can get in their way early, force the puck out of their hands. If you're finishing checks, reloading well. Bergie caught a play last night that might have been, I think, a deactivating for a chance, or would have been one. So it's a little bit of mindful who you're out there against. And then shot blocking. I think they get shots through well. Their first goal was a good example of that yesterday. And that's the area we're going to keep working on. That, our system, we collapse, so at some point I think they will, shot attempts will be up for their D no matter what we do, but if we can block them from getting to the net, then we've done our job.
Is Achari still trending towards being an option tomorrow? And if he is that a tough decision to make given, you guys have been winning? And
it is a good, it's a tough decision, but a good decision to have when, you got healthy bodies that are capable. He practiced today, is getting better. I'm not going to tell you he'd be in tomorrow. Right now, he'll go through the morning skate. We may leave the lineup alone, give him a little bit extra time, and right now the guys are going well.
Bruce, on Coyle's line, Charlie and Marcus, they had some chances to establish some chemistry before the playoffs, but Danton, since he's moved in there, has he kind of executed the learning curve he needs to?
Yeah, I think with Danton, one of the attributes he has is his hockey IQ, so he can slide in, figure out in a hurry what does Bergie and Marsh need. He's been up there. How do Kretsch and Jake play? He's been there. He's started here last year with Corrali and wouldn't have been Wagner. Sorry, Corrali and Michelle, I think at the time anyway. So he's played with guys that are more bottom of the lineup. So he's pretty good at that, figuring out where to contribute without getting away from his game. He likes to make plays. He's certainly going to shoot it when he has it. He's been better on the walls. Always willing to block shots. So those parts of his game don't leave him, but he's smart, so he knows what the other guys need. And I think he's starting to see that with he's being part of those three-way passing plays now because he's in the right spot.
They'll like to make plays. I mean, so
yeah, that's a bit of the problem with that line is that there's not a shot mentality. All three are, but I think they understand it now that, listen, one of us has to when we're in a good spot. I thought Marcus was going to shoot yesterday. He dished it to Grizz, so it ended up working out. I thought he was going to shoot again when he dished it to Clifton and ended up working out. So when those don't work out, come back to the bench, you got to bite your tongue a little bit when you have skill like that. But I think Charlie has definitely shot it more, has been taking on that mindset. Danton had a couple looks yesterday. So as long as eventually they get that part of it and get to the net, then I think it'll all work out.
The desperation is going to be, as high as it gets. You might have seen some of the frustration coming through on the hit on Heinen. Do you anticipate heading there now that the chippiness might be elevated a little bit?
I don't worry about that, to be honest. We can match up with anybody in that regard. I do agree with the first statement about the urgency. I think they haven't lost at home. They've played a strong game in their building. I think being a younger, newer team to the playoffs, I think that's really fueled them a lot. I hear it's real loud in there. I've been in there when it's loud, so we'll anticipate that atmosphere. But the chippiness, I don't know. I imagine they'll be physical. They have been every game or tried to, and we'll match that with our physicality and go from there. But I suspect the urgency level will be high and will be loud in there, and they'll feed off that early.
You've thrown this year on the road in the playoffs, one elimination game against Toronto, and you closed out Columbus. What do you feel has made you guys so comfortable on the road?
Our veteran guys, they've been there. They've won a cup on the road. They've played big games on the road. So I don't think it phases them where they play. And our younger guys kind of will feed off that sort of calmness with them. As for us, as a coaches, I think sometimes we don't get into the line match game a ton anyway, so it's nice to just roll just roll your lines. I think the players get into the game a little better on the road in that regard, assuming there's no penalties. So that's probably the two reasons.
This year and last year, you guys haven't done.
Don't fight, boys. Here.
This year and last year, you guys haven't done all that well in game threes. Will your message be any different going into this game three, you think?
I don't know. That's a good question. I haven't thought about. I know last year. You know what? Even last year. Now we've been 2 series. We were up there in Columbus. We lost a close game. Toronto. I thought we weren't bad. So the message won't change a lot in terms of the first 2 games in this series. We want to be on time. We don't want to wait and see what happens. Maybe that was the problem the first road game because we started home the first 2. Maybe we're too much allowed them to get in, have it their way early on the road. So maybe, Matt, maybe that's it. We got to talk about that. We did talk about that as the series went along in Toronto and in Columbus to set the tempo, even if you're on the road. So maybe that message has to get across earlier.
You surprised that Marchand was able to get Justin Williams to take the bait yesterday? Does that kind of maybe speak to frustration that they're feeling a little bit?
Well, I mean, he said it himself that he should know better in those situations, and when those things happen, whoever gets called, the other guys, usually getting the last laugh, and the other guy's probably wishing he hadn't, because it's happened to us before. They've gotten we retaliated, Corrali did, and the first power play goal they scored against us in game 1, so it happens. You want to be on the right side of it. I'm sure he's forgotten about it by now, and will do his best to atone and play well. He's a good player. He's I think their leader over there. They seem to feed off his energy, so I suspect their discipline will be better.
You're up 2 games, headed down there. How do you feel about the series? How it's gone so far? I mean, you expected this?
I don't know. The obvious answer is, I like the way it's going because we're up 2. I like our third period a lot in game 1, our resiliency there. I like that we made a few adjustments and were able to score going forward from the third period to yesterday. So that part of it. And I like the way we defended yesterday more than anything. I know we scored 6, but I thought we did a really good job limiting their chances, especially 5-on-5. So you're always going to be in the game if the puck doesn't go your way. So did I expect this? No, we wanted to be in this situation. We prepared to win every game, but listen, it's only 2. A lot can happen. So we're focused right now on game 3. Take care of business there. It's going to be a lot more difficult. I think our guys will be ready.
Thanks, guys.